Hello everybody, welcome to the second edition of the SN Stars Wrestle Talk podcast. I hope you're having a great day. I hope you're enjoying yourself. The current time is 2:59 p.m. and I'm here recording you this podcast. Anyway, today we're going to go on topics of, the Broken Hardys. We're going to be talking about them and what's going on with them. And also we're going to be talking about the Brock Lesnar versus Goldberg match. And also Undertaker versus Roman Reigns. All of this is big and it's happening in the wrestling community, so I felt like I'd talk about it. So first I'm going to talk about the Brock Lesnar and Goldberg match, which is looking like it might be the main event of WrestleMania. Now, we don't know for sure yet. Nothing's been set in stone, but Goldberg is the current Universal Champion. Can't believe I'm saying this. And, he's also the oldest WWE champion of all time. I find that very, very interesting. I feel like that's something The Undertaker should hold, because The Undertaker is a far better wrestler than Goldberg. But, I also just feel like The Undertaker also, he's just not able to fulfill what his accolades. But anyway, more about Goldberg versus Brock Lesnar. We've seen these two face off too many times, and the fact that they brought back Goldberg and they didn't have him work one match, that's kind of bothersome. But the only purpose for Goldberg coming back is him and Brock Lesnar are going to be facing off. That's the only purpose for Goldberg. Now, sure, he beat Kevin Owens for the Universal Championship. But what they're doing with Goldberg right now is they're making him look so strong. If he would lose to Brock Lesnar, it would be devastating. And it would make Goldberg look weak. Now, you might be thinking about what happened to Brock Lesnar. Well, Brock Lesnar's matches were mostly above 5 minutes. Maybe except for the one, let's just say ever since he beat The Undertaker at WrestleMania 30. Since then, Brock Lesnar's matches have usually been over 5 minutes. The only ones that haven't is the Beast in the East against Kofi Kingston. I believe that might have been shorter. And I think the Randy Orton versus Lesnar match was just over 5 minutes. Which is interesting because that was the main event of SummerSlam. But now we're getting Goldberg versus Brock Lesnar for the third time. And then it happened at WrestleMania 22. They fought. Goldberg won. And at Survivor Series, Goldberg won. Brock Lesnar can win right now, but he won't be on a level playing field as Goldberg. And this match is very, very predictable, because Goldberg's contract is going to end up running out. And I mean, if he signs a new deal, then it won't be as predictable. But we don't know yet. Okay, so yeah, Goldberg versus Brock Lesnar going to happen at WrestleMania. And I'm going to honestly say, either way you look at this match is going to be shorter than 5 minutes. Because we know Goldberg is never been the greatest wrestler. He doesn't even make the top 30 of the greatest performers. Probably not even the top 50. So now we are going to go ahead and we are going to talk about Undertaker versus Roman Reigns. The match that I know you people are all excited for. Some of you actually are, and that's okay. I have my own ideas about this match working. If they want this match to work, then either Undertaker has to win. That's just simple. You can't have Undertaker go out 23-2. It would just look stupid. 24-1 is what needs to happen. And if you know about backstage politics and all this, Undertaker has argued his way to win matches. I mean, that's what happened last year for WrestleMania 32. Shane McMahon was originally slated to win, but Undertaker's like, no, I want to win this match. And since Vince cares about Undertaker more than his own son, that happened. I hope Undertaker can pull that off this year, because it needs to happen. I'm not a Roman Reigns fan. I've never been a Roman Reigns fan. When the Shield were together, he was my least favorite member of the Shield. In NXT, he was really the most irrelevant of all three of the Shield guys. Rollins is, of course, the most relevant because he was the first ever NXT champion. But, yeah, there's just a lot going on. If you want Undertaker versus Roman Reigns to be at WrestleMania, you need to make it special, or you need to do something. There needs to be a Roman Reigns heel turn in this match. Because if there's not a Roman Reigns heel turn in this match, and Roman wins, you're going to see a lot of people mad. You're going to see a lot of people angry. I mean, you know, especially The Undertaker. Why should The Undertaker go out on a loss? The Undertaker deserves a huge win for the final match of his career. And if the final match is at WrestleMania, then hell yeah, he definitely needs a win. I mean, having Undertaker lose at the grandest stage of them all, WrestleMania, you did that when he faced Brock Lesnar. And my personal opinion, how I would book Undertaker's retirement, WrestleMania 31 would have been the last appearance of The Undertaker. How I would do that, I would have him face Lesnar again, beat Brock Lesnar, there goes The Undertaker. Or I could continue a little bit further, have him go to the SummerSlam after WrestleMania 31, have Bray Wyatt beat him, then we build Bray Wyatt up to what he is today. So that's just some interest in there. That's what stuff could have been. That's what we could have seen. But sadly, we didn't see any of that. Reasons why we didn't see any of that, I can't specify. But like I said, we should have seen it. It should have been something that happened. It just didn't. And you know, I'm very glad to see Undertaker still around today. I love The Undertaker. He's my favorite wrestler of all time. Second favorite would probably be CM Punk. And personally, I think this could be one of Undertaker's worst matches ever. I think at WrestleMania 32, you saw the best match on the card was Shane McMahon versus The Undertaker. You know, what definitely brought that matchup was the Shane McMahon diving off the Hell in the Cell. That was absolutely great. That's something I'd love to see again. This year, we're getting Shane McMahon versus AJ Styles, most likely. I'm perfectly fine with that. But, you know, for Undertaker to probably be losing to Roman Reigns, that would just look damaging. Roman Reigns is undefeated at WrestleMania. Practically. Well, I take that back. WrestleMania 31, he lost. Thank you, Seth. Thank you, Seth Rollins, for cashing in the middle of the match. If it wasn't in the middle of the match, then Roman Reigns would have an undefeated streak at WrestleMania, but he doesn't. Nobody does anymore, except Michael Cole. Actually, Goldberg might. I don't quite remember. I don't remember a lot of things that I probably should know. But, yeah. There's that. Anyway, now we're going to get to our final subject. The Hardy Boys have left Impact Wrestling, and they signed contracts with Ring of Honor, and they could be moving to WWE. I find this interesting, because I would have never imagined the Hardys leaving TNA together. I was imagining Jeff just leaving to go to WWE, mostly because I'm like, oh, well, Matt wants creative control and all this. He's going to get that wherever he goes, except the WWE. I don't think he's going to get it. I don't think he can use the broken gimmick there. And there's a lot of speculation right now that the Ring of Honor contracts that they just signed are only until April 1st. So, if this is the case, then we're going to see the Hardys back. I'm hearing rumors about it, the Raw right after WrestleMania. Here's my problem. If they are tag team competitors, then I want them, like if they're a tag team, I want them both to be on Raw. But if they're single competitors, I want one of them to be on Raw, one of them to be on SmackDown. Personally, right now, if Matt Hardy stays broken Matt Hardy, I like him more than Jeff. But if they return to how they originally were, then I like Jeff more. So, we're going to see something here. If they do return to WWE, that's going to be fantastic. But right now, they're filling voids of being like having 9 tag team championships. They still have the TNA tag team championships, I believe, which is weird, being as they're not under contract with TNA anymore. I don't know why I'm calling them TNA. They're now called Impact Wrestling. which is a weird move by them, all things considered. But we're witnessing the Hardy Boys, the Broken Hardys, could come back to the WWE, and they haven't been there since like 2009. And you know, this is great. But if they're wasted like the Dudley Boys, that is going to be an absolute, and I mean absolute, shame. Because the Hardy Boys, Broken Hardys, whatever you want to call them, I'm going to call them the Broken Hardys from the rest of this podcast on. The Broken Hardys have so much more that they could do in the WWE, but if they don't go there, they have so much they can do in the independent scene still. Okay, you know, one of them could turn heel, separate from the other. We get a huge indie feud across the globe, and you know, millions of promotions just want to get these guys. It'd be absolutely great. But if they're put in WWE, well, it's just gonna be a WWE confined thing. And I think right now, seeing them in the Ring of Honor is fine. You know, personally, in Ring of Honor, I feel like Matt Hardy has way more control than he did before. But I feel like if the broken gimmick is allowed to be used in WWE, then we will see that gimmick go farther than ever before. Especially if Matt Hardy has creative control. Right now, the broken gimmick's, you know, fading a little bit. You know, it's not as cool as it was 2 months ago. But like I said, that huge step into World Wrestling Entertainment could be the step that's needed. You know, that's what we need to see. It's what we got to see. And it's what there needs to be. We need to see the Broken Hardys come to WWE. Because right now, the tag team division on Raw is completely stale. The New Day is a joke. Okay, we have too many jokes in the Raw tag team division. Bringing the Broken Hardys there will be the complete opposite of the joke. If they're heels, that will make it even better. But there's nobody who's going to boo the Broken Hardys. Are you kidding me? The past year has been the most successful the Hardys have been, especially Matt Hardy. Matt Hardy was always considered the other Hardy. Now he's considered the Hardy. So that's just something. It shows how much Matt Hardy has done, how much he needed to do in the last year to get where he is today. And believe me, the man got far. The man got really, really far. I'm proud of what Matt has done. And I think everybody should be proud of what he's done. You know, the broken gimmick can go down as probably one of the top 5 best gimmicks in wrestling history. And that's all thanks to Matt Hardy and his brilliant mind. Anyway, guys, this is all the time we have here today. Thanks for watching. Make sure to leave a like, and the next episode of the podcast will probably be in 2 weeks. 2 weeks, hopefully. Yeah. So thanks for watching. Leave a like, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye, everybody.